Karina J, South Carolina zone from Columbia. Welcome to the show. Karina J is here, everyone. Mad Max Radio, Live 365, iHeartRadio. How's everything going?
Everything's going good. How are you?
I'm good. Big Fever, that's the newest release that you have. So let's
Yes,
let's jump
yes.
right
I
into.
just dropped it.
Yeah, I just saw that just a couple weeks ago. How do you feeling about the reception? How's everything going since the release?
I'm feeling really, really good about it. The only thing that I know I need to do is promote more
Mm,
and put myself out there as far as content, but the numbers are doing great. My streams are doing really, really good right now. I'm really confident in the project.
yeah, Delusional's my favorite. I especially love the Guy sample for Piece of My Love. That was
Oh,
a
you listen.
yeah.
Okay, that's dope. That's dope. I'm glad you listened. Thank you.
Of course. Oh, what's the top song for you off of the new album?
I would think either number one, keep it low key,
Hmm.
or number three, I think I'm in love.
Okay. How about Every Day of
Um,
the Week?
I love every day of the week too. That's probably my top five as
Hmm.
well.
Yeah, Every Day of the Week and Delusional were the top two for me off of this new album. So we're gonna get right into it.
Okay.
What? Why did you choose to name this Big Fever?
Okay, so I'm not sure if you're familiar with my female ciphers, Women Run the World cipher,
Okay, I
but
was checking out some of the freestyles that you've done.
yeah, so I made a reference to myself. I was like, all I spit is hot, might as well call me the big fever. So like, when you got a fever, it's like you're hot, but your body have chills. And I be
Hmm.
spitting that fire, but I'm cold with it too. So it was like, you know what? My fans started gravitating to it and was calling me that. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make this like the reintroduction of myself and I'm gonna call it Big Fever. So just with the songs and everything and the story that I told, it basically lined up. So
Hmm. Fire. So what?
yeah.
How far are you looking to take this new album? What's the rollout that you're working on currently? You working on a tour? We're gonna get into Dom and meeting with Dom and stuff like that, of course. But what's the rollout for this new album so far?
That's exactly what I'm working on right now. It was kind of like a just, you know what, I'm ready to drop. So now that it's out there and I see the feedback that I'm getting, I'm working on content right now, promoting and pushing, trying to be in their face as much as possible, networking a lot, going to different, different type of sceneries that I need to be in as far as artist showcase, other artist shows, and different events, passing out my flyers and my cards. Just crazy marketing and promotion right now is what I'm focused on and content creating.
Mhm. Do you think that it's still needed for being in out there, like in the cars, they pop in the trunk? I know everyone uses that terminology there because I'm someone that's still really old school when it comes to the whole environment that we're living in as far as social media. I think you still need to do the old techniques too.
Yes, I am
Mhm.
really, really big on keeping it old school. I take it back to the day I do that footwork. So I'm
Yeah.
going to the clubs, I'm outside putting my cars on people's windshields, on their doors. I'm doing all of that. I'm walking in the stores, shaking people's hands, getting their phone, typing in my social media, all of that. Like you gotta put the footwork in. You
You
gotta
do.
this internet can shut down any day. So
That's true. It can. And what do you think is the technique for people to get really hooked? Because I know there's a lot of people out there who are really talented, and a lot of times people are like, "Yeah, I'll check it out," and they don't. And what's the key do you think to getting them hooked, and what you've noticed that it works?
I've noticed crazy content creating, and I'm not a big content creator, and I feel like that is hurting me as an artist. So it seems to be the recipe. You have some people that aren't even talented, but if they get that one trendy little TikTok viral moment, it'll gravitate. Everybody has short attention span right now, so if you
Hmm.
can get something to grab their attention, I think that's kind of like the ticket to really like pushing it and popping it. Because people, like you said, they'll say they're gonna listen, but they're not. But if it's something trendy and everybody's doing a TikTok to it or whatever, that's gonna kind of grab the attention.
No,
They'll listen
it's
to the
so
song
important.
just for that one part.
It it is, and everything's just a trend now, and I think that's what really stands out with your music is that it's not trendy and it's real, it's authentic, and you're also paying homage. And this is
Yeah.
something that you've been passionate about since you were in elementary school. The age of 15 is the first big studio session. So how did this studio session really come about with Uncle Sam Beats?
Oh my gosh, like the start of my life. I've always did music, you know what I'm saying, growing up and all that stuff. But my first time in the actual studio with Uncle Sam, it was him and Lil Riz as well. Lil Riz, shout
Mhm.
out to him, MOE, and Nayo, 803 Nayo. Lil Riz and Uncle Sam made a song called Relationship Goals. And I was just over there chilling. You know how it is, 15, young, we kicking it after school and stuff. And they were like, Karina and Nate, y'all come do a girl version. They like, we know you can sing, Karina. We know you can sing. And I'm like, I'm nervous, but I did it. And it ended up like trending. People were putting it all on their flippergrams and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, maybe this is something that I can keep doing. So that's how the first session went. It was just fun. And it ended up turning to me, constantly doing it.
Mm. And it's worked out from there. So kind of get into the timeline because I wanted to say thank you for your service. I know that you were in the military, in the army. So when did you go into the service and come back home?
So
7.5
literally,
years.
yeah, I did 7.5 years for sure. So when I graduated high school, I was very talented. I'm a very talented dancer.
Hmm.
I thought I was gonna go to school to dance or, do journalism or something. But I ended up going to the military because I didn't know what path I wanted to take because I do so many things. And I'm like, I need foundation. So I joined the military just for that foundation and if whatever school I wanted to go to so it could pay for school, that didn't work out in that way, but it really did ground me. So I joined right after high school, and I had a medical retirement at the age of 22. I think 22, 23.
Mm.
So yeah, and after that, when I did leave for training and came back home, that's when I started doing music like way more consistently. So I
Mhm.
was in the military and being an artist at the same time.
That's wild. Was there any important connections that you made when you were in the military that may have been involved with music? Because I know Intro,
Yes.
Kenny Green, and all these guys, they met in the military, legendary R&B group from the 90s. So were there any important connections you made on the music side in the army?
I did make a lot of connections, not as far as like artists, but like
Mhm.
club owners and, promoters and stuff like that that were kind of giving me like insight on how the music business was and everything.
No, that yeah, that's important, and
Mhm.
I'm glad that you were able to utilize that while you were in the service. So, what were some of the big things that you were off and running once you came back home, as far as making connections and hitting the ground running?
So honestly, when I got back home, my friends, Uncle Sam, 803 Nayo, Larissa, they were full on doing music. Like I just had that one little Fruit Ground song, and everybody knew me for doing it, growing up. But I didn't have like a catalog of music at all. And when I got home and saw that they were actually doing it for real, that motivated me. I was like, oh well, shit. Excuse my language. I can do this. You know what I'm saying? So I jumped straight into it, and that's kind of what kind of made me like really get started. The people that I started with, I seen that they were still going with it. So I was like, okay, yeah, it's
Mhm.
time for me to like, get out there as well.
Was there a certain artist from South Carolina that you looked up to? Because South Carolina, it's booming right now. Because I've interviewed a lot of people up and coming that are really starting to make some movement out there in South Carolina. But early on, is there someone that you really looked up to from there?
Honestly, from South Carolina, I can't really think of any major like, female artists that
Hmm.
I kind of like idolized growing up. Not really. We don't really have, that many mainstream, you know what I'm saying? But there are a lot of artists that I love their music. Now that I've gotten in the industry that I've met since I've been doing it. But my idols and stuff are like old school, like Queen Latifah, Little Kim, and like, I'm not gonna lie, I listen to Nicki Minaj, Megan Thee Stallion. Like those are people that I would really like listen to a lot when as far as like music that inspired me. But
Hmm.
now South Carolina has a whole lot of phenomenal female artists, you know what I'm saying? Like from everywhere, every side of South Carolina. So I'm looking forward to see, our idols that are about to grow and blossom from here.
Hmm. I agree, and it's a booming scene, and you're one of the people that are going to be the pillars here that it's going to be growing from. We could tell from the music. And
Thank you.
what's an album you would have loved to work on of Queen Latifah's? I mean, I was just listening to Hardcore by Little Kim the other day, actually. So, is there a certain album that you would
So
love to
like
work
it's
on?
not a certain album, it's just like I'm a song person. Like
Hmm.
I can honestly say I love the message that she puts out into her music, like unity, like you and I see
Oh
why.
yeah.
Like I'm trying to evolve as an artist and kind of switch over from talking about, pain so much and get into like different things like, unity, women empowerment, different things that actually matter because I feel like I'm boxing myself in and I'm so much more than what I put out. So like listening to Queen Latifah and those artists from back in the day, they had purpose and messages in their music. It wasn't just like club bops. So that's kind of like, I can't really put a finger on just like what song, what album. Like all of their projects were just dope back then. Like they meant something.
They did. Yeah, they had a
Yeah.
message. A lot of times I know
Yeah.
artists today, they kind of have to go towards the mainstream thing where you're someone that's for the art. I could tell by your music and I could
Yes.
tell by the passion is that you're for the art of hip hop and music. And that's so important
Literally.
because it's so rare nowadays. I think now the tide is turning a little bit. I noticed with the hip hop charts in the most recent times and recent weeks is that we're starting to get back to the art form again.
Yes, and I love it. I love it because, like I tell people, I don't care if it's two or 200 people that's listening to me, or 2,000 or 2 million. I make the music for people to feel it. I create art, and one day I might wake up and make a sad song. The next day I might make a country song. The next day I might make a strip club song. However I felt that day, I'm just creating art. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
as long as somebody can feel it and it's relatable and it touches someone, I'm satisfied.
Hmm. And I know that you're a mother. So what's the key? Because this is the main thing is that you want to build generational wealth. So what's the key in which your path is going to build generational wealth that you're working on right now?
Literally like what I said earlier, as far as like content creating, I feel
Mm.
like if I can put myself out there more and stop being so behind the scenes, that the money will come to me. So if I can show all my talents and what I'm good at, and people can actually get to know my personality more, I feel like it'll bring a lot more opportunities and revenue in, and I'll be able to create that generational wealth because I'll be networking and opening those doors. Sometimes it's not what you know, but who you know. And if people want to get to know me, if I'm putting myself out there using social media, I feel like I can most definitely build a very strong foundation for me and my family, because a lot of money is going to come in. I just know. As far as modeling, a brand ambassador, like it's so many things I can do outside of just being an artist.
Hmm. Especially with dancing, acting is something that I've heard
Yeah.
that you have an interest in. So what's that type of role that you would love to be a part of in a film, TV
Any
show,
type.
any
Any
type?
type. I swear I would love to do a series though. Like I was in drama three honors growing up in middle school and stuff like that.
Hmm.
I can act really good, and I can dance really good. So people knew me for dancing way before music. So
That's right.
I started like getting out of my shell and opening up with songs in school when I was doing poetry and everything. So like as far as acting, any role, like I'll cry dead on the spot. I'll cry right now. Like it's just fun. I don't know. I love art, all entertainment, all forms of it.
Now that's amazing. And all the casting directors out there, cast her in the upcoming films. She's got it. She's got the talent. So make sure
For
help her
sure,
out
for
here
sure.
because she definitely has the image and everything going for her. So how did you get connected with Dom?
Dom actually is crazy. I was at a artist event, and I was walking out of the door, just leaving, going to the car or whatever. I wasn't performing that day because I was going for another artist that's my friend. Shout out to Three, official Three. She's a rapper from Columbia, South Carolina. I was going to support her, so I didn't perform because if I'm there for you, I don't want the spotlight.
Hmm.
I'm walking out of the door, leaving the place, and Dom's like, "Yo, Karina J." And I'm like, who's calling me? What? He's like, I'm Dom. I've been following you for a while. I've been watching you. I'm a marketing genius. Da da da. He just, introducing himself and telling me he wanted to work with me. So I kind of brushed it off a little bit, like, okay, I'll see what he's talking about. Long story short, as time went on and progressed, I realized, hey, you suck with marketing. Like, go hit up that guy that ran into you or whatever. So I hit him up, asking to work with him, like how could he help advance my career? How could he
Hmm.
be an asset to me? And he broke everything down to me, and we've been locked in ever since. Since I've been doing Big Fever, he's been a major, major role in as far as marketing for me and getting me out there. Because, like I said, I'm not big with posting and being on social media as much as I used to be. And with Dom kind of marketing me properly and flooding me with so much content, it's like it's making me go up.
Hmm. Do you
Yeah.
think, because I relate to this, because I've heard you say before that mental health is real. I go through my own mental health thing. So is it more of a mental health thing why you don't post on social media as much as you used to?
Of course,
Hmm.
I worked way too hard to be this version of myself and to become this private. I used to be an open book. I was all over the place. So I've always been a good person, but I was a little ratchet. You know what I'm saying? I didn't care what I said. I'm very outspoken, and I had to learn like everybody don't deserve to know every side of you. And the fact that I've healed from that childish version of myself and blossom into the woman that I am, and I have daughters now, I'm just very mindful of what I let people in on. So you can say anything on this internet, people will take it and twist it and turn it or try to paint whatever image they want of you. So I realize silence is power now. So it's really hard for me to really be on here like putting. I used to do that. Everything I ever went through, I would put on social media. Like I cannot do that anymore. It's a lot of parts of me that I can't take back that I've let people experience. And sometimes once people experience something, that's how they're gonna view you.
Hmm.
So I learned to just stay silent so I don't have to worry about people stressing me out and me going crazy.
No, I think it's better because there's so many people that overshare on social media, and it's like these are things that
Yes,
you shouldn't be saying, and they're gonna they could save that and use that against you later.
literally.
It's yeah, it's
Cause
it's
I'm an
scary.
oversharer naturally. Like I wear my heart on my sleeve. Like I'm real. You know what I'm saying? I don't try to fabricate or fake it. I know how to turn it on and turn it off. I know how to be in certain settings, but I'm myself. You know what I'm saying? A
Hmm.
1000%. So I know that I've said and done a lot of things on social media that I cannot take back.
Oh
And I
boy.
don't want I don't want to ever have to go through that again. So
No.
I just stay off of it. I try to make sure when you go on my page, all you see is music, 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 music. That's it.
Yeah, no, I think that's important, and like you said, silence is power. It really is, because then people just stay focused on the music and they have nothing to say, and that's what you have going for yourself. So,
Literally.
what are some upcoming visuals that you have coming out soon with Big Fever?
I literally just shot. I'm so tired right now. I completely forgot about this interview because I just shot 3 videos last night. Three
Oh
content
man, yeah,
videos.
you're working.
Yes, I shot like that. I did like a one scene, just like a performance shot content video. I did Getaway.
Mm,
It's this guy, Justo, 803 Justo, and Cheek Tobin. They are artists as well, videographers. They do a million different things. But Justo shot my videos for me last night and my content. They have a platform called Self Therapy, and
mhm,
it's basically like you're having a conversation with yourself through your song. So I chose to perform Getaway because that was like a song about pain that I went through, me escaping a bad relationship or whatever like that. So it was like me talking to myself. I did the self therapy platform, and then I also did their press platform. They have another platform where it's like microphones and you're performing, and it's like you're getting interviewed by press and you just popping it. So I did FATB for that one. So I'm
ooh,
excited about all 3 of those. I'm ready to, drop
fire.
bags ASAP.
Yeah, see, she's been working, and I think everything too with the marketing and everything. Your name's perfect. It sounds like a hip hop name, Karina J. It just goes like kind of like Mary J with
Crazy.
R&B. It works.
And everybody always asks me what's my real name. And I'm like, yo, that is my real name.
Yeah, it's
It's
crazy.
not
I
an
did research
alias.
that. Yeah.
Literally, it's on my birth certificate. It's not an alias. And I couldn't think of something. So that's why with Big Fever is different because this is my first time ever having like an alias, like
Hmm.
yes, I'm
Yeah.
trying to dive deep into that more. But because like with Karina J, I feel like I sing, I rap. My music is so different, versatile, and somebody might tell someone about me, and then they click on a song and they think that's just one way I create
Mhm.
music. So I'm kind of want to take Big Fever and do more rapping with it, and then with my Karina J artistry, more conscious songs and R&B and things like that. If that makes sense.
Hmm.
So
What's
I'm,
something?
I'm evolving.
Yeah. What's something that you want to address in your music that you feel as though may not be talked about a lot in today's times? What's something that you would love to address? Because you mentioned consciousness and conscious music.
Yes, I used to be very, very like into people knowing who they are and being aware of who they are and us watching what we eat and what we say and how we move and energy is real. And I'm a very spiritual person. And I feel like besides Nico, I don't really have any other conscious artist that has grabbed my attention
Hmm.
to, you know what I'm saying? When I want to be in that vibe, in that element, I want to hear music like that. You know what I'm saying? I want to hear music that puts me in that frequency on that level. I feel like I can make that type of music. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I want to kind of dive into as an artist. And not to talk too much, but my mom listened to my album and she really does not listen to vulgar music. So I'm like, I'm so glad you turned it on. But she gave me some feedback yesterday. It was like, okay, I know you for real. I don't want to, keep hearing about your pain. She was like, you are so much more than that. So I want to hear you talk about things that you care about for real. Like, and she
Hmm.
was basically telling me, like, you're very spiritual. You care about women empowerment. You care about things that happen with the government. You can make struggle music for people that go through it. Like, don't box yourself in to just being in that one lane. And now I'm like, okay, yeah, I want to talk about more things for sure.
Hmm. No, and we need that, especially during these times, to speak on the government, things like that. We need more public enemy type of music. And I know I can go down a rabbit hole with that. I'm just ashamed that there's not a lot of artists speaking about it
It's
as there should
not.
be.
It's not.
It's,
And it's
it's,
driving me crazy because I'm like, you're an artist. So how can you be mad about creating?
yeah,
Do it, girl.
exactly. It's crazy. It really is. It's unbelievable. How about, is there someone that you're looking to relocate? I know there's a lot of artists that always try to relocate to make it. Is that something that's possibly on the horizon, or you're comfortable being in South
Honestly,
Carolina still?
everybody tells me to relocate
Hmm.
all the time, but honestly, I feel like it's not even where you stay, it's about how you move. And I feel like I can be successful still being home with my family. I just have to travel for sure.
Hmm.
Because I can't go but so far being here. And I honestly feel like that. Um, as far as like permanent living situation, I don't mind living here permanently, but I most definitely have to travel. If I'm
Yeah.
gonna stay here, I'll have to travel for
Hmm.
sure. If I want to make it in any way, shape, or form, I have to see more and experience more. And South Carolina is really small. You know what I'm saying? Like we're kind of behind with everything. So everything's just now happening for us. We're just getting major spotlights on us as far as music and everything. Like we kind of everything hits here last.
Hmm.
So it's the South. So I know for sure if I travel, then I have a higher chance of becoming successful if I don't relocate.
Hmm. Where's somewhere that you're looking to travel to?
Um, I've been a couple places. I performed a couple places, but I think I need to go to bigger states like, Texas. I need to, be in Georgia more. I need to like float around everywhere. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I need to be everywhere. I need to go to LA. I need to go everywhere. Like
Yeah.
seriously,
The hit the main places for
the
sure.
main places for sure.
Hmm. How about for signing a deal? Are you talking with Dom with this? Are you looking to get your own? Because I know you're independent right now. So what's the future for this so far? What you want as your outlook?
Honestly, I want to educate myself a little more on labels and as far as like, your royalties and your masters and everything like that. I see a lot of artists get signed by these labels and it don't always go how it looks from the outside. I don't want to be
Hmm.
anybody's puppet. I like having my own creative, what I'm saying, creative control. I like being who I am. And if I have to switch everything up to work for, the label to push out this, push out that, I don't think I would really go very far if I'm doing it on my own. I like to write my own music. I don't mind singing other music by other writers and everything, but I kind of like doing things, peaceful. And I know
Hmm.
sometimes with labels that could put a stress on me and I might not be able to perform as well as I would like if I have to change everything. Now, if I get signed to a label that, caters to me as an artist and I'm able to, keep my royalties and my masters, share percentages or whatever, and I'm able to pass this generational wealth down to my family, I'll sign it quick in a hurry. You know what I'm saying? My main thing is I'm really looking for investors more than a deal. If I can
Hmm.
have people that put money behind me, I can do so much with that to where it's like I can pay them back and it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'll be able to go to shows. I'll be making 50K, 100K, you know what I'm saying, for a show. And I done gave you back everything you put in. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So and I can keep doing that, and then my family will be able to reap benefits off of me constantly doing that. So
Hmm.
I don't know. I'm scared of Legos.
Yeah, I don't
It's
hear
so
great things about them, especially I've heard some things about Def Jam. I know Dave East is no longer with Def Jam. He just dropped a great album, and it's like how they really control the content that these artists put out. It's insane.
it's like a machine. You know what I'm saying? One minute this artist is floating around and they're so popular. The next minute this artist is floating around and so popular. It's like everything is systematic. You know what I'm saying? I like being authentic, and
Hmm.
also like depending on how much music I have to put out, I make music based off of feelings. I don't just be like, oh, I gotta go work. I gotta go make this song. No, somebody pissed me off yesterday. I cut a beat on it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like that for me. And I feel like the second is not, it feels too hard of a job. I don't think that the quality will be the same. And I don't wanna,
I
then again, I
agree.
don't know. I might get better, you know what I'm saying? Because I work good under pressure. So I don't know. I'm still in my head about that. Once I
Mhm.
educate myself more on labels, I'll know what fits best for me once a deal is presented, if that makes sense.
Hmm. I think that it always relates to that saying, when you do what you love, you haven't worked a day in your life. And
Exactly.
it shouldn't feel like work what you do with what you love, with making music. Because a lot of times
Exactly.
artists get locked in these contracts and they have to fulfill these obligations. It's almost they're just doing it to do it, and it's not coming from a place of passion and
Literally.
love.
And it's like what like you'll know the body of work. You'll hear the good music and you'll hear some crap they put out. And it's like, what are you doing? This is not you.
Yeah.
Blink twice, please. No, for real. I don't
Uh,
want to be in that type of position. So that's why I kind of just it's hard being independent. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? It's too expensive. I have two daughters. Like, I'm a mother. They're right there in the other room right now. Like, literally, I'm a full time mom. So
Hmm.
with me taking care of my daughters and investing into music 24/7, it's very hard. Of course, I'll be wanting to sign with labels all the time, but I'm like, nothing good comes easy. So if I'm patient and I keep leaning on God and His faith and keep doing what I'm doing and staying genuine hearted, all my blessings gonna come to me. Everything's gonna
Absolutely.
like line up how it's supposed to.
It will. Good things come to those who wait. I know that's
Yep.
another big saying there.
Favorite quote.
And how about with DJs? Are you connected with me, of course, through Dom? Other DJs you're linking with other DJs? Make sure we get those records
Yes.
played. Hmm.
Shout out to DJ Beat, shout out to DJ Surplus, shout out to DJ Icky Woods, shout out to DJ Fat Boy, shout out to Emmanuel Jackson, DJ. It's so many DJs from, Columbia, those that I named mainly. If they came off the top of my head, that's because they play my music. And they've been playing it before I was going viral and trending and stuff. Like, it's a lot of DJs that really support me and I appreciate them so much. And I'm talking about like play my music even when I'm not the topic. And I
Hmm.
really appreciate that. But I do want to network and branch off and get to know more because I feel like that's the heart of the artist. They don't get enough credit or enough flowers. Like, you guys matter.
Hmm.
Without you, who's gonna hear us?
It's true.
Literally.
Yeah.
Like,
And the thing that's so sad about, I know a lot of these radio DJs now, and just a lot of people in the industry, is that they go off of a person based off of how many likes they have, how many views they have, and it's no longer DJs digging in the crates looking for the upcoming artists that are actually talented. And that's the challenge that I want to send out there to the DJs that aren't doing that work, is that you got to look for artists again, that you got to look for like a Big L that's rapping in rap ciphers, and you got to look for those artists that are really grinding, who have the talent to make it, instead of just going towards someone that's trending on social media, who's basically a TikTok rapper. You need someone who's going to be here forever.
right, exactly. Longevity.
Hmm.
I like universal music. I like a song that I can listen to it 50 years from now and it still sound good, or I heard it 50 years ago and it would have sound good back in the day. I like that
Exactly.
type of music.
That's what we need. I mean, that's who you look up to, Queen Latifah. We're still listening to her music. Lil Kim, classic
Literally.
music.
Lauren Hill, Erica
Hmm.
Badu, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. That's timeless music.
It is.
None of us sound like them. Okay.
No.
we got we gotta tighten up. Our generation gotta tighten up. We gotta start talking more about it. We do have a lot of dope artists that do, like Mona Leo. She talks about mental health a lot, and
Hmm.
I just love her so much as well. So like, I feel like if we get a lot more of that, it'll be more influential to the community.
Hmm.
Because music runs the world to me, honestly.
It does. It's the
Like, it
universal
controls everything.
language.
Mm-hmm.
Dochi, she's another one with
Love
anxiety.
those.
Hmm.
Yes. All artists have like a couple conscious songs, but I mean, like, as far as like a body of work of it, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
Like, that's what we need
That's
more
it.
of.
And you could be one of those ones to really put that to place.
They're gonna be like, oh my gosh, she was just talking about her. Now she's rapping about what she's all over the place. But that's okay though, because I'm an artist, so I can do
Yeah, you can
that.
talk about whatever you want. That's what makes an
Whatever.
artist unique. It comes from their perception.
Literally.
Hmm. Karina J, is there anything else you want to let your fans know? Anything else that we didn't cover here tonight that you have on the way that you want the people to know about?
I do want to let the fans know that I am sorry for the wait, okay? My last album last year, Versatile, I dropped. I did not market and promote that as much as I should have. So now that I have, been in the gym, I've lost all this weight. Like I said, mental health is real. I pulled myself out of my depression and everything. I'm
Mm.
ready to put my foot on the gas. I'm pushing Big Fever really, really hard, coming with content for this album, and also be on the lookout for content from my last album, because I don't really have any videos out. They haven't really seen me. So I just want to tell y'all, be prepared to see me a lot. Okay, be prepared to get tired of me.
Be prepared. There we go. You gotta support Karina J. She's next up and coming from South Carolina, no doubt about it. Make sure you go check out the new album, Big Fever and Versatile. Can't forget about that one because that was the
Thank
previous
you.
one, of course.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Thank you, Karina J. You're always welcome on the show. Thank you to Dom for setting this up, and let them know where they can follow you on Instagram, all your social media platforms.
Okay, and one last thing before I shout out my social medias, I just want to say this is probably the best interview I have ever had. Shout out to you.
Oh,
Great
thank you.
questions. Like, yeah, you're a phenomenal interviewer. But you can find me at I am underscore Karina J on TikTok, Instagram, X, and on Facebook is Karina J, the artist.
There you have it. Make sure you give her a follow, support. She's next up for sure. You better believe it.
Thank
Karina
you.
J, thank you so much. Thank you for the compliments. Thank you for the great interview. Thank you for coming on the show. Like I said, we're locked in. Anytime you have press that you need, you're always welcome back on the show.
For sure. Thank you so much. It was an honor and it was a great interview. I enjoyed it.
Absolutely. Thank you, Karina J. It was an honor speaking with you as well. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your night. I'm looking forward to these upcoming visuals and what you have on the way.
Yes, sir. You do the same.
Thank you, Karina J. Take care. Bye bye.